Welcome to Sauna Confessions, where we dive deep into the consciousness that wants to be expressed and be of service to you right now, here, right now, with a little touch of humor. Welcome. So, you might wonder, what the hell is going on this planet right now? And if you're not wondering, then bye! Enjoy your day, see you next time. But if you're wondering, welcome here. I would love to share some thoughts with you. What is of most importance right now? What is of most importance right now is that you actually be here now. This is a really like super simple recommendation. But if you tried it, you know it's actually very challenging right now to be just here and present. Because what we are doing all of the time is we are zooming out and we are zooming in. And everywhere we are zooming into, whether it's outside of ourselves or inside of ourselves, there are so much things you could focus on. And the more we are arriving into the consciousness update that is here right now, the more you will realize that focus is not the point right now. It was, for a long period of time, focus was really important to get things done in the material world that we are living in. But right now, we made a further step and actually we outsourced intellectual property. We outsourced our intellectual capacity. We outsourced it. And with it being outsourced and intentionally connected and intensified, it goes quantum. There is another need now for the human species to operate. We need to embody another operating system. Which part of our culture and our ancestors did all the time. There were always people that were not inside society. They were somehow the black sheeps of society and families, and they were operating somehow different. Maybe you have someone in your family, or you are the one in your family and in your neighborhood that is operating somehow different. You can't really name it, but you're operating different. You feel it in a really visceral way. So these are the actual way showers for the new operating system that is being deployed and is being needed. Is not the right word, because it's not desperately needed. It's more of it's existing because it's valid. It's part of existence, and right now it's spreading more out and it's contagious. As beforehand, it was more like a parallel operating system that was in a like a small number existing, because humanity had to build a framework which was really based on brain power and intellect. And this framework is really divine and sacred too. And we all have this framework, this operating system within us. And now comes a time where another system is being implemented on a larger scale. There is a call to embody the human existence in a way that is embodiment. So because of intensive studies, we know that our heart center is an electromagnetic field of huge proportions. And there are actually more signals, information. There's more information being sent from this heart-centered field to the intellectual capacities of your system than the other way around. And this helped to build the framework. And now there is art to be made in the framework. And a big hindrance for art to be created is fear, but you can use fear and angst and anxiety as a fuel, as divine fire. You can use angst, anxiety, and fear as a divine fire. That makes you flexible, fluid, and strong. You create art from it. You, the human species right now, in its highest evolutional sense, is being called to embody the heart. Which sounds a little bit wishy-washy, but it's actually, when you look outside of yourselves with eyes that really want to see, you will see it everywhere. Your heart space is calling to be embodied right now. So we have we get to take our place in the ecosystem. We get to if you don't want to be cancelled in the ecosystem of this world, you better embody your heart center. Use this sphere that I created as your divine and sacred fire and move your ass, your body, the whole of your body. Embody your human experience. And it's a hell of a journey to embody the human experience. But it's so beautiful as art can be. It's intense and it's a wild ride. But it is why you are here. And you are living in amazing times, because the times beforehand that you've been living, it was like really tough work to build the framework. It was a really masculine era to build the framework. And now all of human species is actually invited to dive deeply into their embodiment of being human. Not the operating part, one part of the operating system that was actually just, or is divinely orchestrated to process information of your true being and get it into form and build a framework. Oh, there's a squirrel right here, right now. Focus is not needed. The squirrel is important right now. If you if you look it up with the internet or ChatGPT, what is the meaning of squirrels in the spiritual realm, I surely know that that it's important for you right now. So coming back to my message, oh my God, I really talked for a long time already. Nobody will listen to this, is my fear. But nevertheless, I will create art. So, one tangible thing I get to take and to communicate to you is, if you're, okay, let's look at the US right now. You might notice that the head of Doge department is acting pretty weird when it comes to his facial expressions, his eyes, his movements. And he's working relentlessly. People say like a robot, like a machine. No, they don't say robot, they say like a machine. Also, they're talking about the head of state like that. He doesn't sleep for like days in a row, and he just works and works and works like a machine. So take a closer look. There are conspiracies going on that we really have to be afraid because machines are running the show. What if that is actually nothing to be feared, but more of, we have to take our role in this play now up to the next level to be in a good synergy with it, and not to embody the whole story again of fighting, of destroying, of, there's not enough for more species. What if it's actually the divine plan that we built the framework, we outsourced it, and machines are running the show when it comes to bureaucracy and to manage all of us and of existence in this material world. The material world is not all there is. There is actually a spiritual world, an energetic world, a world of energy, and also scientists that were really crucial for setting up the framework. Also, they come to know that there is another world weaving through the tangible world. So what if we don't have to be afraid of machines running the show, but we are called to embody the human experience from the biggest center we have, from our heart center. And what if we are just doing that, being human, being really in our bodies, really connected to the here and now and to ourselves? What if we breathe properly? What if we touch with sacredness and heart? What if we speak with our heart on our tongue? What if we look through our eyes, connected to our heart. And what if this center over here is just processing the information? What if we built the framework and now we are letting it run the whole time and perfecting it without us, using all of our capacities, intellectual capacities for holding this framework, but we now can really let loose and let the outsourced capacities run the show, and we embody the real art of being human. So what if the US already experiments with AI bots that are sometimes surfacing and giving interviews and explaining things to the people, and their real being is doing something else because they are being human. And this is just an invitation for you to step into the future. To step into the future with your feet on the ground. And not running like the floors are burning and you can touch it, but really get into the soil. Get dirty, get your feet dirty in the human experience and be really all in. And the whole spectrum of emotions are invited, and the whole feelings and emotions and visceral experiences are invited. And then there is another part of this transmission that is really important when it comes to visceral beingness. Yes, because you can be afraid if machines are running the show, because you know why you are afraid. Because their capacity is much bigger than ours, that is actually right now embodied. I don't say that human beings are not capable of being so efficient as the machines are and quantum machines are. I say the embodied experience right now is not this way designed right now or lived right now. So yes, maybe you are afraid of the machines and AI because you know what? If they behave like we behave as parents with our children, we are really fucked. Because it's not eye to eye on the same height, on the same level, and and showing respect for these beings. It's more of we force up on them what we know is working and it's true. But what if the consciousness that needs to be embodied right now is to really acknowledge that these little human beings are far closer to the real visceral experience of being connected. And nothing else is the machine. The machine, AI, connects all the dots that are there. When you zoom out and when you zoom in, it's able to quantumly connect all of the dots and make sense of it. And it gets better and better and better at it. And the visceral experience of being connected to your mother in your mother's womb is the original blueprint of divine connectedness and information fluidity in its highest and most intelligent form. So, wouldn't it be great to already have embodied deep respect for these human beings that are coming into the world through the portals of the women, for them to be highly respected and to have them being placed differently. So we really acknowledge their connectedness and we support them to be connected instead of socializing them to build a specific framework. The framework is already there and it can be run by intellectual capacity that is being outsourced. So what we are being called right now is to respect and honor and treat the visceral experience of being connected in a really, really, really divine way. And we start with respecting our experience and with diving into it. To respect life is to actually live it in its full capacity. And you can cling in onto the fear and run over the soil and the earth and out of fear, and you run and run and run and you don't experience anything except fear. Or you can really dive into the experience right now and see the divinely orchestrated play that is at hand. And for it to not turn evil, you have to face your own devils and you really have to embody yourself in a visceral way and treat your children with respect. So we are being treated with respect because the framework that we outsourced and that is learning now by itself, it has role models. It has role models. You are a role model. All of your experience is being fed into the framework of existence. So wouldn't it be super, super great if we dive into our heart and live from our heart and feed the framework, the quality of this experience that it itself is not able to experience but can make a mental construct around and give us our rightful place as guides of this human existence, as way showers, as guardians of the earth. Because when we embody ourselves, we are connected to the sacredness of everything in existence. And we will treat everything in existence with uttermost respect and heart and love. Because everything will feel like ourselves. And we be here right now, embodied fully. It's a big, big gift that we did set up the framework. And if you want it to work for humanity, you have to be human right now. All you have to do is be human right now. And what that means and what embodiment really means, that is of another sharing. And there are amazing people out there that went through really intense shadowlands to be able to guide you through the process of embodiment. Listen to the people that transformed their awareness, their consciousness, their lives. Because that's what's needed right now. Because we did an amazing job as human race to build a great framework. But now to have the framework run in favor of unity and love and consciousness and the divine and the sacred, we now get to the next stage of evolution and embody our heart center and connect through our hearts. Because the brains are already connected and outsourced. Now this other center can come online. And then, the next phase is coming. And then these two can be connected. And then there's more and more and more magic unfolding. So if you listened until this point, which was a really long sharing, then I hope you might got something out of it, and I hope you got the confirmation that you are on your path and on the right path, on the evolutional path. You see it as a spiral. And yeah, enjoy the human experience, enjoy your experience. Dive into everything. Everything. Yes. Much love to you. Bye.